Live. Great. Everything's fine. Everything's working. Okay, so we are talking about the right one. Is it out there? Do we just have to find it and everything's gonna be fine? How does this work? The problem with this new actually, it's not a new idea. I do believe we've been indoctrinated into thinking there is somebody out there and we need to find them. It's cultural, it's in movies, it's in the literature, it's in a lot of things. So we do tend to end up believing that that's what we need to do. And the problem is not about to be loved, to find someone that will love us. Rather, it is to love ourselves, to love in general, because we focus on finding someone that will love us. And what that means is we need to transform ourselves into objects that are lovable. We need to be able to receive love, and for this we need to have a status. We need to have a job, a certain job, not any job, have the right car, have the right friends, the right clothes, the right looks. So basically we turn our lives into a checklist in the idea that once that person finds us, we will be ticking all the boxes and we will be attractive. And you can see how that's just not what love is all about and what relationships are supposed to be built on. And the second issue is that we put it all on finding the right person, rather than realizing we have a gift, and that gift is to love and be loved in return. And love is a very, very potent emotion. It's a really strong emotion. It's the strongest emotion we have, and it's the only emotion that can separate the walls and to go beyond the walls that we have built around us when we're trying to keep ourselves safe. So it's not about someone coming and discovering us and finding us. It's about ourselves as people finding and discovering us and realizing that we do have a gift, and that's to love and to be loved. And love is a natural thing that happens. The only issue is we, through culture, through media, we have somehow mutilated it, we've changed it, and we've given it a different meaning. So it's the opposite. In reality, everything is the opposite of someone that is out there, and they need to be found. Sometimes we think that, it's easy to love someone, but it's harder to find someone to love. And that's not necessarily true, again, because there's so many relationships that are ending. There's so many marriages that are ending. So it's not about I'm not able to love that person or the person being the right one. It's about how we view relationships and the fact that it all became consumerism. It all became disposable, and people are not willing to work on themselves, work on the issues, and try to see what exactly the problem is, rather than changing your partner or expecting them to be something they're not. Accept them as they are without trying to change them, and help them grow, but help them grow in their own manner and in their own way. Not in the way that you want them to. And that's the beauty of those relationships that are really authentic, because when the other person is angry and when they are worried and they're not being themselves, you as the partner realize that, okay, they are hurt now, they are in distress, they are suffering. It's not, oh, they're grumpy again, not again. That's the beauty of it. And we should really stop looking for the right one. We should really put everything on pause until we are happy with being with ourselves, and until we get to know ourselves at a very deep and intimate level, and until we understand ourselves and what we want. That is when you realize that I'm okay on my own, but the solitude, I don't like it. That's when you should try to invite someone into your life, or start to look. So it's not about being shallow with this, oh, look at me, look at how I look at how much cosmetic enhancement I have, look at the outside and how good it is. We should stop being looking at the material things. Look at all that I have accomplished. Look at the car, look at the house, look at the job, look at my friends. We should really focus on the inward. Where does this need to be loved comes from? Where in me do I feel this need? And work on knowing yourself, understanding yourself, and be clear about what is it that you want. And when I say you should accept the other person as they are, I am not saying you should accept the abuse, you should accept violence, you should accept being mistreated, you should accept being put down and not being encouraged. It's not what relationships are about, and it definitely has nothing to do with an authentic connection, or with being nobody needs a martyr, let's put it to that. And again, a lot of times we end up in bad relationships and we gaslight ourselves that it's because we went against the social construct, or we went against our parents, or it's because, I don't know, we're cursed, or we're just unlucky. Or at times I know people who do not have the support they need to be able to get out of these abusive relationships, and it's really heartbreaking. So before you go into something thinking it will be forever, do take that moment and do take time to understand yourself, get to know yourself, find out your patterns, find out your attachment styles, find out what you need in a partner, what kind of support you need. Are they able to provide that sort of support and understand you? And that's the only way to achieve that intimacy within a relationship and that authentic connection. When you're able to enter the relationship and still keep your individuality and still maintain yourself as a person with your own needs and your own desires. You do not need to erase who you are because you are in a relationship. I know the myth is that two people are now finally becoming one, but that does not mean you need to let go of who you are and what your needs are, and the things that make you you, because now you have somebody. So I hope you found this insightful. I would love to hear from you. To share it with your friends or anyone you know that might be out there looking for the one. And I will see you guys tomorrow.